All right, so if you look at this page, so that's the first chapter we went through, and you should read these chapters and start taking quizzes on the Canvas server that you set up here, and you should start doing the hands-on projects. So for this, you're going to need two machines to use, a Windows server and a Linux server. And you need an actual server version of Windows. So there are various ways to do this Windows server. You can make a local machine using VMware or VirtualBox if you have a relatively powerful computer. If you have a weak computer, you should use cloud services. You can use the Google Cloud or the Azure Cloud. They both give a certain amount of free service to students. If you have used up all the free service in other classes, I'm hoping within a few days I should get some $50 vouchers for Google Cloud, and that will give you some free service there. So let me just point out, so if I just want to describe how to do these. The first thing you're going to have to do is to get a Windows server going. So this is the main way to do it. If you have a relatively powerful machine, then you install VMware. VMware Workstation Player is probably best, and the Mac has a free product, VMware Fusion Player. Then you download the installer ISO file from Microsoft. You get the Windows Server ISO, and then you can just install it in a virtual machine. You'll go down here and see the Windows boot up process and all that. One thing to be aware of is you want to install it with the desktop experience. Otherwise, it will have only the command line, and that is no fun, and you can't do the projects you need for this class without it. To get the full Windows graphical environment, you want to choose one of these installs with desktop experience. And then you'll have the typical desktop where you log in. And when you have a Windows server, there are a couple of adjustments you have to make to avoid going nuts. The first thing is you have to turn off IE Enhanced Security configuration. If you don't turn that off, you won't be able to download anything from the internet, which, by the way, is a good security policy for a real server, but it's very inconvenient if you're actually trying to use this machine for most things like these projects. So you have to do that. And then, if you have a VMware machine, you should install VMware tools. That will make it easier to resize your desktop and to copy and paste and make your life easier. And then that'll give you a machine for a trial period of, I think, 180 days, but you can extend it several times and get even more time. You can't keep using it forever, but you can use it for like up to 3 years in case you want to. So that'll give you your own locally installed virtual machine on your relatively powerful computer. But if you don't have a powerful computer, all you have is something like a Chromebook or something like that, then you should do one of these. You can make a, the simplest thing is make a Windows server on Azure. You can go here. You have to make a new account, and you have to not use your City College email to sign up for some ungodly reason. You'll have to use it later to prove you're a student. Then you get the Education Hub, and now you can have a virtual machine you create on the Microsoft cloud. And for this class, use a server version of Windows, not a client version like Windows 11. And you can then create a Windows machine remotely and connect to it. One thing about these things, though, is that you cannot use RDP from the City College campus easily. So if you do make an Azure cloud machine, the City College firewall will block it from on campus, so you'll need to connect through a hotspot, or you'll need to punch through with a tool, and I think the tool is S-Shuttle. And I don't know if I've written up that project yet, but I will have to write up the S-Shuttle way to punch through on City College. I don't think I got it in this thing yet. Nope, but anyway, I'll have to put that in. Anyway, for the people who actually want to use Azure from on campus. Another option is to use the Google Cloud. Now, this project describes how to make a Linux server on the Google Cloud, but you can also make a Windows server on the Google Cloud. It's very much the same. You have a Google account, and you can get some free service here. Everybody can get like $200 to $300 of free service. And then you can create a machine. Here, you can create a machine, and you can choose to create a Windows machine, a Windows server machine. These instructions make a Linux machine, but you can make a Windows machine with the same process. However, you're once again connecting to it by RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol, and you'll have trouble doing that from on City College campus. But if you're working from home, you'll be fine. And the people that come to campus, I can help you. I do have each semester I've found a way to punch through the City College firewall, but I've had to change it every semester. So if my S-Shuttle that worked over the summer is still working, I'll add it to these projects or make a project where you set them up to help people use them. But those are the options. You have to get some kind of Windows server going in order to do the Windows projects, and you'll have to also get some kind of Linux server going. So you should start getting one or the other of these working out for you. And if you get stuck, come for help. I'll be here Monday through Thursday. You can come to any of my classes. If you come by 7:30 or so, I'm done with all the lectures and official class material, and I can answer questions. And on Saturday, I'm teaching a pirate class on Saturday that is not an official class and therefore not worth any official credit. Yeah, you can try. Yes, try tunneling over SSH. I tried that generic body, and the problem is it did not tunnel all the DNS requests over SSH, and that blocked it. But S-Shuttle did. S-Shuttle is the only product I found that actually moves 100% of your traffic over port 22, including the DNS, and that was successful at enabling RDP last semester on campus. But each semester I seem to have to upgrade my tunneling through the firewall procedure. Anyway, so I do want to teach machine learning because I think it's really important. It's not an official college class yet, and it may never be because there are serious problems at the administration of the college. But anyway, I'm doing it anyway. So if you want to, you can tune into this thing on Saturday. I'm preparing a college course to teach machine learning security. And it's starting with the stuff I taught at DEF CON in a workshop, and I'm adding lectures and more projects to it to turn it into a real class. But be aware, it'll count for extra credit in my classes if you want, but it will not count as a class in its own right until it would be actually approved by the City College administration, and that is certainly a year or two out, and maybe even longer, because right now they're cutting everything and firing our staff instead of letting us have the staff we need to teach classes. So we'll see if that resolves. But I'm doing it without official approval in the meantime. All right, I'm going to stop this.